50% of the people keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention is actually some of the Igbo elites. Some of the big business Igbo men that don't want him to come out, right? It's not just the government alone. Some of the big business Igbo men, because they see it as, if this guy comes like this, our business is under threat. Because his fights, if this fight continue, bro, it's going to be a problem for us. I don't know if you understand.
Very dark black man. I see what you did there. I know that maybe you did this video in order to make Igbos to start talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah, it's a good one, but please, this is in the public domain, and if I don't respond to it, it will, show another image of who we are not. So all the treatment Igbos have received in this country after the war, all of a sudden Nigeria now lost an Igbo man. Is an Igbo man that is now a problem of an Igbo man. That is what you're trying to make us believe, and that is not true. And I must say in the public, that is not true. All right? It's not an Igbo man that brought Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya and is holding him in detention and is not giving him fair trial. It's not an Igbo man. All right? And please, I don't think you are trying to come for the Igbo businessmen, because every Igbo man is a businessman. Very dark man. Biko, I am begging you in the name of God, please. Whatever thing you want to do for our brother, we accept that. Do that. But please, be very, very careful, because we, Igbos, we have seen a lot. And we're in our fragile state right now. All right? In case you don't know who an Igbo man is, let me refresh your mind. An Igbo man is that same man who was told after the war, no victor, no vanquish. And immediately after saying that, all his properties were taken away from him. His bank account and savings was reduced to 20 pounds. That's an Igbo man. Who is an Igbo man? An Igbo man is that person, his businesses and his shop will be razed to dust, will be burnt down, because a Yoruba man is fighting with his fellow Yoruba man. Or because an Hausa man is fighting with his fellow Hausa man. Or an Hausa is fighting with a Yoruba man, or an Edo man, or a TV man. The business of an Igbo man will pay for what he doesn't know. Who is an Igbo man? The person that can wake up to find out that a house he has built, received the whole document for 30 years, can easily be raised down with mere allegation of you're not supposed to be there, the plan changed overnight, and nothing will happen about it. An Igbo man is that person that can be incarcerated without standing fair trial, and nothing is going to happen about it. An Igbo man is that person, no matter how successful you are, you keep watching your back 24/7, because they can easily make you a puppet and a poor man tomorrow, and nothing will happen about it. Who is an Igbo man? An Igbo man is that person that is being watched by the media. A media is set up to watch an Igbo man. An Igbo man can wake up to find out that his account is frozen, just a mere allegation, and nothing is going to happen about it. That's an Igbo man. An Igbo man will wake up in the morning to come to the market to see that the market has been locked up. Why? In order to show them that this is not their place. That's an Igbo man. An Igbo man is that person that can easily be told, go back to your place. You're not from here. And when they go back, they said, hey, you're trying to be on your own. You're not supposed to be on your own. That's an Igbo man. An Igbo man is not is that person that the whole system can be overturned and overrun because he wants to lay his hands on power. That's an Igbo man. An Igbo man is one that is deprived of every right to live as a comfortable human being. And when he cries, they say he's crying. That's an Igbo man. You want to know who an Igbo man is? A TV presenter was spied in Abuja a few weeks ago, and the police arrested the perpetrators of the crime, and all were Northerners. And a Northerner made a post not showing displeasure to the fact that the perpetrators of this crime are his brothers, but the fact that he feels like Igbo people teach their brothers how to steal and how to rob. And that is his anger. That Igbos can turn nothing to something. And he's sure that they are the one that taught them that doesn't know how to steal. This is who an Igbo man is. This is how an Igbo man is being seen in this country. You still want to know who an Igbo man is? Igbo men are those men, you don't know their identity until they blow in the entertainment industry. You will never know they are Igbos until they become popular. For you to later find out that OGB Recent is an Igbo, Brenjota is an Igbo, Majid is an Igbo. You later find out that a whole bunch of them are Igbos, but they are not answering their Igbo name in order to make it in the industry. This is who an Igbo man is. You still want to know who an Igbo man is? An Igbo man is that typical politician who the system don't allow to support or side his people in public in order to be accepted in the political circle, in order not to commit a political suicide, supporting his people. He will be hiding and support his people behind the scene so that he will still be relevant. That is who an Igbo man is. When you mention that our brothers who are into business that are doing well are behind, I see it as pushing a wrong narrative. And as your fan, I need to advise you, please, this is not who we are. And don't try to turn us against ourselves. Don't do that. What do a businessman stand to gain from Nnamdi Kanu that is not a business person? Nnamdi Kanu being out, how does it stop the business of an Igbo man? An Igbo man is good with business, is a good businessman. And since the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, business in Igbo land has shut down. Tell me one business that is thriving in Igbo land right now. One, just one. That is thriving in Igbo land now, just one, tell me. None. So what are those big businessmen? What do they stand to gain in holding our brother? Is my question to you. And this is, you need to take a sober reflection towards this question. The big businessmen in Onitsha have relocated to Lagos because people are not coming down to Onitsha again. Onitsha people are doing way bill. Nnewi people are doing way bill. Aba people are doing way bill. Top business Igbo men are now using Southeast to do their branch shop and using other places like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, every other places as their main head office. A place me and you know that they can easily be asked to go home, to leave that place, to vacate that place. A place me and you know that their properties are not safe. But because back home is not safe, they are forced because they are looking for money to leave the region. They are the same people you are saying they are behind the insecurity in the Southeast. Who drives a luxurious car in Igbo land right now? If you're a big man in Igbo land, you can't even come home without the biggest of the security men. Bulletproof cars sells more to Igbo people right now. So how does the big business people per se be a part of holding our brother? Are you trying to shift the blame from the people we are supposed to blame for not giving our brother a fair trial to make it look like we are fighting ourselves? Is that what you're trying to do? Please, we follow your work. You've been doing a great work. But please, why treating an Igbo agenda? Please try and be very, very careful. Because we've seen a lot already. A lot has been done to us. And we have been silent. Not because we want to be silent, Because we have been speaking to the wrong ear. Because there is no ear to listen. The ears that can listen has nothing to offer. The people that wants to lead the protest on 20th, I say thank you. We're here. We'll see how it's going to turn out. We are praying it's not going to turn out like that. But we know that those people that want to lead this very protest, if they are the one in power now, are they going to release him? That is the question. The reason why they are leading this protest, is it because of their political ambition? Is it to give relevance to their party? Is it to make them to be in the lips of everybody in order to position them for the next election coming through? Is a question I'm asking. I'm not implying anything. It's a question that I'm asking. Very dark man, if you want to lead the protest, lead the protest. But if it's a politician that is leading the protest, trust me, I cannot believe anything whatsoever. And mind you, a wise man say, be careful of the good gesture you get from somebody for the wrong reasons. Ndi Igbo, see, let these people stop pressing your button to fight against and push a narrative against yourselves always, because they want to achieve something. They will always try to press that button. Anybody that wants to trend now will use the name of Nnamdi Kanu and he's released to trend. Because they know that we are vulnerable. When you mention him, we are vulnerable. We can be played anyhow as long as his name is being mentioned. So please, let's be guided. Very dark man, this is not a direct attack to you, but I'm calling your attention to this. If you want to talk about the political class, talk about them. I don't know anything in politics. But talking about businessmen, when you talk about businessmen, you're talking about Igbos in general. Because we are businessmen. And you need to talk about us with respect. We have nothing to gain in our body, in our brother being incarcerated. Go ahead with your plan, the protest. If I'm around, I'll be there. But no push any narrative on the negative about us. I beg you in the name of God. We have seen 99. There is nothing remaining in one.